Hello, I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men self-improvement. Today, I want to talk about an important thing in life, which is reading books. Now, you might say, all right, cool, I got my value, let me leave. Let me talk. Because, first off, I want to say, no matter how many YouTube videos you watch on a niche is usually a fraction to what you can get out of a book. A book could be someone's entire learning from their life put into a book, and you're just gonna be like, nah, I don't need to read books. I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna watch some YouTube videos on how to better myself and not read any self-improvement books. Now, I disagree. Some of the best knowledge I've ever got were out of books. Sure, YouTube videos and certain YouTubers really helped, but I do want to preach books. I have, some of my books right there, some good ones. And I think it's very important when you find a niche. So whenever I want to read a book, it's usually a new topic. It's all right, social skills, storytelling, masculinity, critical thinking, uh, philosophy, things like that. I'll go buy a good rated book, something that appeals to what I'm looking for, and I'll try to read it as fast as possible. Go to it so you don't get burnt out. When I read books, I think you get 75% halfway in. You took too long to read it, and you're bored of it. You got to ride the high and read the entire book. That's one little tip. But the value you have, we understand on self-improvement, we should be constantly changing for the better and taking in knowledge, information. There's no better way than a book. Like I said, you can have someone's entire life's knowledge summarized in a book. And you can read that and you can learn from their mistakes, from their lessons that they have for you. I think even there's another topic is when you're on self-improvement, you want to stop scrolling on Instagram. You want to stop watching movies. You want to stop filling your time with short-term pleasures. A perfect thing is a book. It doesn't have to be self-improvement. I'm reading the Iliad right now. It's a fun book. It's a nice storytelling. When I'm in the mood, I'll go read The Way of the Superior Man for the 17 million time in a row. You do find books like that. You go back every single day. But how you learn new things. Sure, you might watch a YouTube video and you half-assedly pay attention to it. But how we actually change who we are is by the information we take in and what we do with it. When I read a whole book on let me grab this. Storyworthy, Matthew Dix. When I read a whole book on storytelling, I spent hours reading that book. It wasn't just 2 hours of YouTube videos. No, it's page after page of example after example of stories, of reasons and whys. So now when it's time to tell a story, I can spit, I can cook, as these young kids say. And I can go back and reread and better myself. If you're on self-improvement, you're like, dude, I need to find out how to do X, Y, or Z. Try turning off YouTube, going to a bookstore, and finding something that is like of that niche you're trying to learn. A good book. I've read this one a few times. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Again, terrific book. I was looking into how to be social. I read that book multiple times, used its actionable steps. So this is a big thing is you can pull your head out of your ass and stop watching YouTube. Stop reading people's blogs and pick up a book, which, there's the idea of you don't need to read a book over and over again, or you don't need 10 million self-improvement books. But you find a good one. You find something that is like a Bible to you. The Way of the Spearman, David Deida. Terrific book. I reread that book all the time. I'll constantly be flipping through it, looking for answers, things like that. Now, the crucial part, self-improvement, It's a large range of different levels. You know, level one is you're a bum, you're a nobody, you're a gooner. And you find out, okay, self-improvement. I need to stop bad habits. I need to start doing minimal good habits. Sleep, maybe working out, look maxing, bettering your mental health. Very minimal little things. And once you actually get into how can I better myself for the long term, like imagine you're 30 or you're 40 and you've been living life, but you're able to change because you pick up a book that teaches you about how to have a fucking healthy relationship, and it changes your life because you have discarded that your entire life. You've discarded actually looking and digging deeper. Whenever you have a problem, try to find out what is causing it and what the solution is to fix it. So when you're on this self-improvement, maybe you can understand your brain, thinking fast and slow. You know, I haven't fully read that book, but that one describes how your brain works. It's been a while, you know, and you can get into philosophy, better ways to think, so you can go throughout life with a greater sense. You know, I have The Art of War. It's all right, kind of overrated. I don't have it over here, it's over across my room, but Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. How to slow down and realize life is this. Life is a little teeny dust, and you can go through your life in such a more meaningful way because you understand that it's a little piece of lint. That's summarizing Stoicism really shittily, but I just want to get a quick video out of letting you know that you don't need to watch these shitty YouTube videos. You don't need to buy someone's course. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But the thing is, sit down and read a few good books in your life. Because now that I think about it, dude, I need to get back into book reading. It's something I do very little now, but I realize there's certain topics I want to understand. You can't just keep watching YouTube videos of, let's say, history. You need to actually read the sources that they're getting from and get all the niche little details that you want. So if you're on self-improvement, you want to better a certain part of yourself, social skills, relationships, stories, your philosophy, your attitude, how you combat life, go pick up a book and read. That is actual self-improvement. That's some old school shit, you know? Not watching fucking Hamza or some big YouTuber. Go buy a book and read. Change your life, man. Again, I'm Maxwell. I help teach young men purpose in life. I help you on your self-improvement journey. I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and stay continued for more videos.